Hi everyone, I'm Alyson Gerber, the author of Braced, Focused, and Taking Up Space. I'm really excited to tell you more about Focused, which is like the Queen's Gambit for tween readers. Focus is about Clea, a 7th grade chess player with undiagnosed attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Like Clea, I also have ADHD, and I went undiagnosed until I was 21, which is actually very common for girls. It can be very difficult and frustrating, not just for the person with ADHD, but for their friends, family, and for their teachers too. Which is one of the reasons that I wrote Focused. I really wanted my readers to be able to enter the world and see it through a brain that thinks differently, through a totally different lens. Because ADHD impacts not just your academic life, but also your social and emotional life and all of the different parts of who you are. Your brain is literally structured in a different way. And it can be difficult to understand what that feels like unless you literally put yourself in the shoes of someone who thinks differently. I struggled all the way through school. I was always losing my assignment notebook and misreading directions and doing an assignment really well, but completely wrong. And then I would have to run and say to my teachers, I'm so sorry, and could I have another chance? And a lot of the time I would get another chance because I had done all of the hard work to show them that I was a good kid and that I deserved a second chance. And that actually made it so that I never really failed. I just almost failed. And I sort of thought that I didn't know why this was happening all the time. And it wasn't just in school. I also couldn't control my feelings because ADHD impacts a part of the brain that not only affects your ability to regulate your focus, but also your emotions. So my words would come flying out of my mouth and all of my feelings would come flying out, and I couldn't control what I was saying to my parents, to my friends. And I really thought that there was something wrong with me, that this is just how I was, and I was broken. So the biggest consequence for me of having undiagnosed ADHD was the impact that it had on my self-esteem, that it made me feel like a person who was a little bit less worthy, that I needed to work harder and sort of self-sacrifice because I didn't deserve to succeed no matter how hard I worked. One of the hardest moments for me was admitting that I'd been struggling for a really long time and that I'd been handling everything on my own, and that admitting that I needed help didn't make me weak. It actually made me strong and honest and really brave. Well, ADHD is a huge challenge. There's no question about it. There are some side effects of ADHD that are sort of amazing. One of the side effects is called hyperfocus. It means that because I can't regulate my attention, so I have a very hard time with transitions. But if I dive into something, it's really hard to pull me out of it. So for me, writing became a way for me to channel my hyperfocus. I get obsessed with something and it's all I want to do. I want to research and read. And that's a lot of what I do in my books, even though I write own voices stories from my own experience. I also research because just because it happened to me doesn't mean that it happened to everybody with ADHD. And I want to do my best to represent the overall experience and create a character that's really authentic. And I believe that personal experience with research is a great way to do that. I also can't help myself. I want to know everything. And so my hyper focus makes it so that I can dive into a world and really explore every character and every inch of that world and really live in it with my characters, trying to create the most authentic story that readers will really connect with. My hope is that Focused will help all readers to rethink what it means to be smart, because there truly are so many different ways to be smart. We all bring something unique and different to the table. I hope that it helps all readers to see that sometimes your biggest deficit is actually your greatest strength. Having ADHD is it's the thing that made me struggle a lot. It's also the thing that makes me the writer that I am, and it's made me be able to write these stories and put them out into the world to help other people, and that has been a gift to me. Thank you for being great readers. I'm thrilled to share Focus with you, and I hope to hear from you. You can always reach out to me and let me know what you think, and I'm happy to respond to any questions. Thank you so much.